hope. Take a few, and someday soon you'll once again be able to stay in wonder at this magnificent view. The world's a crazy place right now. Don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.
All over Namibia, and welcome to MyZone Online School. My name is Miss Irene Siteketa. Me in the studio, I have our good friend, Chanel. Welcome, Chanel, to our class. So, our lesson today, boys and girls, Chanel, let's take our sanitizer. We spray it on our hands. Let's make sure that we rub palm to palm between our fingers. Chanel, the thumb, make sure that you rub it thoroughly. Well done. So our topic today, the theme is human development, and our topic is competences are: list the physical changes in mature characteristics only. Explain their physical development and appreciate this being fully developed and ready to reproduce. Physical changes, this during their growth. Secondary sex characteristics are features that are appearing during puberty at sexual immaturity. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Chanel, so let's look at page 14. We are looking at puberty. What is puberty, Chanel? Human life cycle when the sexual organs mature for reproduction. In short, underneath puberty, you can see there's a picture. That picture is trying to illustrate some of what goes during puberty. Now, Chanel, let's go to page 15. On page 15, we start competence. Boys and girls, let me tell you, competences are the questions. We are giving you the possible questions that will come on the topic. Number one, list physical changes. So let's look at the picture. What happens to girls during puberty? Chanel, are you with me? Good. Let's look at the face. You may get pimples or acne. You have to experience sweat under your armpits. Menstruation or height, you get taller. Breast, the breast will grow, or you will be able to grow hair in your armpits, on your legs, and also on your... Look at puberty or at boys. What happened to boys during puberty? Pimples, and then in addition to pimples with boys, so your penis and testicles get bigger. Voice, your voices. Hair will grow on your face, as I said earlier, on your arms, legs, chest, and between your legs or on your private parts. Boys and girls. And remember, we are only looking at secondary sexual characteristics. Is explain. So we have listed already the changes and start to grow muscles. Acne or pimples, you may develop acne. This is a condition of the skin that shows up as bumps. Most voice changes. Your voice will get deeper. Hair growth, body hair starts to grow around your armpit, your chest, your private parts, legs, and arms. Sweating increases. Broadening of the shoulder, of muscles. Let's look at girls. Body hair starts to grow around your armpit, private parts, legs, and arms. Hips becomes widened. Menstruation or periods begin. Now let's go to page 16. Breast develops and increase in size. Sweating increases. Acne and pimples, you may develop acne. As we said earlier, this is a condition. Bumps, mostly common on the, stay tuned. Boys and girls, so now we look at our last competence that says, explain the physical development. Appreciate these important steps towards adulthood. Chanel, are you there? So when you look at the pictures, that picture is trying to show you the different stages that we undergo as we grow. So now, in life, as it says there, it's normal for physical changes to happen during puberty. Always focus on good things about your life and what you can do to others. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be ashamed of happening to you. Eat healthy food, exercise regularly, and get enough. Someone about these changes, it will help you understand them better. Let's move to page 17, Chanel, and boys and girls all over Namibia. Good. For you, try to see if you really studied or learned something in today's lesson. So, list and explain the physical changes shown with the lines on the pictures below. So, showing you puberty in females or in girls. Now, when you look at that girl, and these lines are showing you the different changes that happens each and every part of the body where the line is drawn. All that you need to do is you go back to your notes. You can also, and then you try to see what is that change, and then you just write it down. Good. When you're done, to males, which is a boy, you also do the same. Look at the lines. Where is that line pointing? The change. Boys and girls, we have come to the end of our lesson today. But before we again, we spray our hands, we sanitize thoroughly between the fingers, behind the hands, Chanel. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone. You can't hug your friends anymore. Give yourself some love, or you can practice how to blow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bye.
What's up, world? This is Shay, the goddess of serving you breakfast on the Ignition between 6 and 9. We brought you to be inspired, taking you to master your destiny. Now it's time to do.
Put on your work boots and do the time.
Make it, and then make it up. You've got this. Start where you are.
I am Sibo, and I'm going to be with you for quite a while. Thank you so much for joining us here on Your Inspiration Station, where we let you know.
There's no easy job. There's no easy life.
99 FM. Do the work.
Good morning to you all over Namibia, and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Miss Irene Siteketa. I have our good friend Chanel. Welcome, Chanel, and let's say hi to the viewers. Make sure that we rub the sanitizer on our hands, on our palm, between our palm, on our thumb. Chanel, good. Now let's try to do. We are keeping a distance. Thank you. So today our topic is boys and girls 16 in our booklet. So under the heading nutrition, we have sources of food. Chanel. Boys and girls, I hope you all have the answers. When we talk of sources of food, so mainly our food comes from plants and animals. Do you? Yes. I can see some of you are saying you had pap and meat, spaghetti and chicken, beans and rice. So look at this food. So you can see that some comes from plants and some comes from animals. That's what we are going to discuss about today. Before we go deep in detail, let's look at our competences. Boys and girls, remember that competences, they serve as question examinations. So our competences for today are defining all the necessary food substances in the right amount. Describe in relation to lack of variety of food, for example, goiter and marasmus. Describe how the effects of poor eating habits can be prevented through a balanced diet. Our three basic competences. Well, to continue, let's look at our vocabularies. Nutrition. This is the process of getting the food necessary for health. Balanced diet. It contains the right amount of food from food groups, including water. Let's go. Goiter. Goiter is a swelling of the neck resulting from an thyroid gland. What is the thyroid gland? It's essential for life, growth, and development. Marasmus. It is a condition of chronic undernourishment occurring especially in children and usually caused by a diet deficiency in calories and protein. So these are our vocabularies. Well, boys and girls, let's look at the balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? Chanel, do you know what a balanced diet is? Good. A balanced diet is the diet containing all the necessary food substances, like what the word says, balance, and then diet. So you make the food that you eat needs to be balanced, because that is the food that we eat every day. Well, when we talk of balanced diet, we are talking of a diet, of a meal that has all food substances or can provide us with all the nutrients our body needs. So the nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fats and oils, vitamins, minerals, and that includes water and fiber. Good. On the picture, on page 17, you can see that it gives you some examples of food that provides you with carbohydrates. I'm sure that you are able to identify all those food sources because we know them, they are familiar to us. Food sources that gives you liquids and fats. Sources that provide us with protein. And on the pie chart, next to the food sources, how much do we need for each food substance or for each nutrient? When you look at carbohydrates, it provides a big portion. Why, Chanel, do you know? Well, simply because carbohydrates is the one that provides energy providing food. Next is protein. When you look at 25 to 35% of our meal. The reason is because protein is needed for our body building. Fats, only 15 to 25%. Because fats, they also energy storing foods. Boys and girls, let's continue. Effects of poor eating habits in relation to lack of variety of food. For example, goiter and marasmus. Don't eat a balanced diet. That's what we mean by saying the effects of poor eating habits. Not everyone can always get the food they need to be healthy all the time. Many children suffer from malnutrition. So when we talk of malnutrition, we are referring to the disease we get due to not eating the right amount of food, or they do not get enough of the right type of food. A lack of a balanced diet can cause, look at the picture there. So you can see that the picture is showing you different malnutrition diseases. So these are diseases that you can get if you don't have a balanced diet or if you don't eat a balanced diet. You can see there on the picture we have scurvy, that is a disease that can destroy your gums. We have kwashiorkor, we have marasmus, we have goiter. Now let's move to page 18. As I mentioned earlier from the previous page, that marasmus is one of the diseases. So let's look at marasmus. What is it and what causes it? Marasmus is severe protein and energy malnutrition deficiency. So this is a disease that you will suffer from if you don't have food that contain protein food. Malnutrition deficiency, what are the symptoms? How will you know that this child is suffering from malnutrition? So a child with marasmus looks very thin, just like what you see on the picture there. The child looks very thin. The body weight may be reduced less than 80% of the average weight that corresponds to the height. The next malnutrition disease that we are looking at is goiter. What is goiter? What causes it? Goiter is a swelling in the neck resulting from an enlarged thyroid gland. A goiter can be associated with a thyroid that is not functioning properly. Worldwide, over 90% of goiter cases are caused by iodine deficiency. In short, boys and girls, this is telling you that if you don't have iodine in your diet, you are going to suffer from a disease called goiter. And the symptoms of goiter is the swelling of the thyroid gland that you have in your neck. So meaning your Adam's apple will grow larger. So when you see that, then you must know that you are suffering from goiter, or somebody is suffering from goiter. So this goiter, it's a borrowed word from the throat. Boys and girls, are you still enjoying our lesson? Chanel, are you still enjoying? Well, let's continue. Next, we look at describe how the effects of poor eating habits can be prevented through a balanced diet. The best way to prevent marasmus is to have an adequate intake of calories and protein, preferable from a health food. When we talk of calories, we are referring to energy. So in order for you to prevent marasmus, you must eat a food that provides you with energy, and you must eat food that provides you with protein. Now, for example, on the picture there, you can see that these are some of the foods that can provide you with protein, like meat, eggs, cheese, fish, broccoli, that will provide you with carbohydrate. Since we know that disease that can happen due to lack of energy giving food is protein. For most patients, iodine is necessary for producing the thyroid to work overtime to produce goiter. So this is telling you that in order for you to prevent goiter, you must have some diet. So you can get iodine from using iodized table salt, the normal salt that we use, that we put in our food. Just by having it, it will be able to prevent goiter. Next to the explanation, you can see that we have a picture of cold fish, yogurt, baked potato, and mention them. So these are some of the foods that will provide. Well, boys and girls, Chanel, it's so let's try to do some activities for you to check whether you really understood the topic or not. You need to complete this food safety crossword puzzle. So you have and words down. So read the instructions and balanced diet. You need to write down the definition of a balanced diet. 3, what poor eating habits can lead to goiter? B, marasmus. Identify poor eating habits. That do you prevent these poor eating habits? Boys and girls, we have come to the end of our lesson. Let's try to sanitize our hands again. We make sure that we rub our palms together between our fingers. Hands. Chanel, do it properly. So rub on your thumb. Good. Now let's try to see if we are still keeping our social distancing. Yes. So it's very important. Boys and girls, make sure that you keep safe. We see you next time from the studio.
You are scared of what you read on social media. Till next time. Bye!
Early this morning, woke up holding my heartbeat all night long. key to this motor strong. I need to just get up, take a deep breath, keep it together, 'cause it's a beautiful